Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Sarah Berserk. So, on the tafsirs of on this ayat, Surah Azab ayat 37, Ibn Kathir and Ala Maududi. I've been through that on my live streams. Now, let's see what I have to see again that I can that I can't see. What I can see is how the Muslims take him as a true prophet, right? So, Shia, Sunni, both. So, on this Surah Azab, verse 37, we have the Tafsir of Ibn Kathir saying, where is it? Oh, after the ayats here, you can see the ayat if, shall I read? When you, Prophet, said to the man who had been favored by God and by you, keep your wife and be mindful of God. You hid in your heart what God would later reveal. You were afraid of people, but it is more fitting that you fear God. When Zaid no longer wanted her, we gave her to you in marriage, so that there might be no fault in believers marrying the wives of their adopted sons after they no longer wanted them. God's command must be carried out. So as a Shia also reading this ayat long time ago, I remember, I could not for the life of me get this. Now we come to Ibn Kathir's tafsir on this. So this makes sense to me. That's why I had to depart from the Shia commentaries and tafsirs. Unless there is something in one of the Shia books that I have no knowledge of, then I cannot say. But for now, I'm on Ibn Kathir, and due to my health, this is the way I make it easy. And I couldn't understand. I asked my father a long time ago about this. He just said that, this is we cannot understand the wisdom of Prophet Muhammad in this. Another thing is, the point I couldn't say properly perhaps was that in Surah Azab ayat 36, from there to Surah Azab ayat 37, and then the tafsirs on that Allah, Allah maneuvered this thing. The word maneuvered should be used, I guess, comes close to it, so that he could implement this highly great and criticized, would be criticized, law that he has brought down using Zaid and Zainab, right, in marriage. First forcing them, then the divorce. So Zaid being the ex-adopted son in the pagan Arab idol worshipping custom now of Prophet Muhammad, using Zaid for that. And then so getting the law that to make it easy for the believers also later on. So the practice of Prophet Muhammad actually marrying the ex-wife of Zaid, his adopted son. Now, from the Muslim point of view, Islamic point of view, the law has changed, remember, of the adopted sons, how the adopted sons should be now treated, carried, and taken, right? Taken. Then Allah wants to bring another law that is easy, which will make it easy, and it is in the wisdom of God. The command of God must be accomplished to show that He used Zaid, Zainab, and Prophet Muhammad to marry his adopted sons. Muhammad to marry his adopted son's ex-wife. Now this whole maneuver here, which took place, then should it take place? Should God do this? breaking a marriage. First, commanding. And another thing I said in my previous live streams that I have to correct myself that if this was a suggestion, even in like ayat 36, it was not a order to the believing men and women. When Allah and His Messenger have decided upon a matter, they have no option or choice in it. And so those who disobey Allah and the Messenger, they will go astray. So if this was a suggestion, I said then we can understand, but I would say that not really, even then, not really. So I correct myself because I contemplated on that. Even if it was a suggestion, it would be difficult to prove that Allah is the true Allah this here. But it was if it was a suggestion, how shall I say it? I looked at it and I thought maybe 70. It would just be difficult to prove. That's it. But I cannot accept it, even if it was a suggestion given by Allah and Prophet Muhammad to the believing men and women to what they have decided upon, that it is recommended, it is better for them to take this course. And then when you see the divorce, again, it doesn't fall into place so if it was a suggestion even, and not a command order, like it is put in Surah Azab verse 36, even then it would not be right for the divorce to take place. Right? And so now what I'm on, any help, honestly, Shias, Sunnis, Muslims, look at this, honestly, please. As it is very difficult. These two ayats and the tafsirs of Ibn Kathir and Ala Maududi and the rest help us to see, understand part of it. Oh, that's why Prophet Muhammad said, keep your wife and fear Allah, and it's a command, and that's why the command Zaid did not carry it out, because Allah said to the Prophet, Allah rebuked the Prophet, saying that how could you give a command, order to Zaid to keep his wife and fear Allah when you know that I want you to get married to Zainab and a divorce is going to take place between them. Okay? And that I will command, I will give Zainab to you, your adopted son's wife, to you when the divorce, after the divorce takes place, or when the divorce takes place. So here God rebukes Prophet Muhammad. Ibn Kathir's Tafsir on this ayat, Surah Azab ayat 37, is that Allah's rebuke to His Messenger. I don't know where to put this. Allah's rebuke to His Messenger and the story of Zaid and Zainab. So I've read this, but let's. Allah tells what His Prophet said to his freed slave Zaid bin Haritha. May Allah be pleased with him, who was the one on whom Allah had bestowed grace, i.e., through Islam and following the Messenger. And you had done a favor to him, means by freeing him from slavery, and he was a great leader, held in high esteem, and beloved by the Prophet. He was known as the beloved, and his son Osama was known as the... So this I skip. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, the Messenger of Allah never sent him on a campaign This is about Zed's story, how he became a freed slave and all, and who he was. She stayed with him for a year. Then problems arose between them. Now this is the from ayat 36. You can see she was forced to marry. Zainab was forced to marry to Zayd, and thus she stayed with him for a year, more or less. Then problems arose between them. Zayd complained about her to the Messenger of Allah, who told him, "Stay with your wife and have taqwa of Allah." Allah says, so how another interesting thing is that how Ibn Kathir works this out in the Tafsir, because the Ahlul Bayt may not be giving this Tafsir. The progeny of the Holy Prophet Ali would not be giving such a Tafsir. So I wonder how Ibn Kathir got the authority to do this, although he's an authoritative historian of his time on this Tafsir thing. But you did hide in yourself that which Allah will make manifest. You did fear the people, whereas Allah had a better right that you should fear Him. Ibn Jarir narrated that Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, if Muhammad were to have concealed anything that was revealed to him of the Book of Allah, he would have concealed this ayah. I'm hearing Shia saying, no, 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 Aisha terrible. Don't trust in Aisha's narrations. Don't trust in this narration by Ibn Jarir. What Aisha said, this hadith, or which has come, because there's an ayat in the Quran which says, if the hypocrites, Surah Tawbah ayat. Oh God, why isn't it going there? So this is the problem I'm having. Surah Tawbah ayat number, the hypocrites are afraid. So time is gone like this because my Firefox doesn't work properly. I've saved it. The hypocrites are apprehensive or scared that an ayat or a whole surah, that a surah might expose them, come down to expose them. See? Surah Tawbah at 64. And then say, mock as you wish. So I'm not. So mocking also, like we're told that these people were mocking, these hypocrites were mocking the believers, Prophet Muhammad. Some of the hypocrites dread lest a new surah be revealed in evidence against them, making them understand what is really in their hearts. Say, go on mocking. Behold, God will bring to light the very thing that you are dreading. So one ayat, the two ayats have come down. Who is here? Let me check. I can. Asha Churoria is here. There is no existing Muhammad. But Asha Churoria, have you been to Karbala? Imam Hussein, his grandson exists, his shrine exists, Hazrat Abbas exists. Their shrines exist which tell us there's archaeological evidence, maybe. But I don't know how far that archaeological evidence is true. Now, seeing anything, I don't believe even. If I even see it with my eyes, because I don't know what the behind, I have to have foresight, insight. Like Imam Ali said in the battlefield, that I would not kill this person because I see his, generations ahead, that a believer will be born. Asha Churoria says, new generation not believe Allah and Muhammad in the world. Hopefully, yes, we will see that, because it is good for the new generation. And it is good for the freedom of our minds, freedom of thought. Um, and we can critically examine this Quran, any religion, and not be, punished. So I think it will be very good if what you're saying, you're prophesying, is true. New generation not believe in Allah and Muhammad in the world. New generation, yeah. But they believe in the scientific thing and they'll be going. But that's good. That's better than believing in Allah and this Muhammad. Right? And another thing is that the punishments of blasphemy and critically examining the Quran, the Tafsirs, and seeing whether my prophet, who was my prophet at the time, God, good God, how I got deceived into this, and how the how I got deceived. It's Sunnis also and Shias also. So I was wondering if any Shia even, you know, had gone through the Quran but then kept quiet, because that's all you have to do. If you find out the truth against him, keep quiet, right? Because you will be, God knows what will happen to you. The punishments are there. And if the authorities don't get you, the Islamic authorities, the people will get you, the Muslims, believers, Shia, Sunnis. In the house, maybe Shias, parents will try tactics to bring you to Islam. Like, for example, my father would allow me to go to the church, but then he would use these tactics of coming home, telling me how Allama Talib Johari, late Allama Talib Johari, Majlis, and Ahl Bayt have promised us. There's no one who has promised us heaven, but Ahl Bayt have promised us. So like, thank you, Asha Churoria, for your contribution, feedback here. I hope this also helps, so you can share this sparingly. Please, I request you to do this for the betterment of the world, for our new generation. They have an open mind, if there is an open mind, but keep your options open. And look at this, if there is freedom of thought, but if there's something beyond thought also, look at it and be open to things. And so I'm sharing this against all odds. Because if one person I can save and get killed or punished or harassed, actually I didn't want to be a martyr, but I don't know how this has been in my blood somehow. And this is my passion, and very interesting. I am in pain. I'm in agony, actually. That how could you not see this? O Prophet, say, O Prophet, keep mocking. Allah will definitely bring to light what you fear. Now, haven't you? No, you will say Allah has mocked them. Prophet Muhammad never mocked them, but Allah mocked them, and how he uses Allah to mock. And with shyness, he's shy. Remember that ayat Surah Azab, ayat 53? But Allah is not shy of the truth. He's shy of the truth. There also he falters, falls short. He uses Allah then. Surah Azab, ayat 37, the Sunni Tafsirs rightfully, logically explain this ayat so we can at least a little bit understand what is this, that the command of, when the messenger tells Zaid to keep his wife here and fear Allah, this way it is a command to be Prophet Muhammad's orders. Now I showed you the ayat from the Quran where Prophet Muhammad orders and you have to obey him. It is equivalent to obeying Allah. The previous ayat also tells you that. And there are other ayats also. Then what he has done is Allah is in Surah Mudathir, right? Frightened asses. They are running away from this like frightened asses. Running away or turning away. Goodness gracious. What did he do to them? Now mocking. From mocking, if you say, oh, he's not a mocker, his Allah is not a mocker. But when his Allah is a mocker, but he's not a mocker. You will say, Surah Azab, his Allah is not shy, but he's shy of you. He's very, very shy. Surah, so like that. God, let me not turn Mudda there. 21, 50. So I've saved all this as if they are frightened wild asses fleeting from lions or hunters. Allah calls them, oh my God, and they're running, they're scared, as if they're, like asses, frightened asses. Hamar. 51. No. What is the matter with people? Here, IslamicStudies.info. What is the matter with the people that they are turning away from this exhortation? 50. As though they were frightened wild asses. Oh my goodness, please. So this 50 of Surah Mudathir, 50 ayat. And who mocked who, and who fooled and deceived whom? We can see here, Ibn Kathir explains, right? Where did this go off? Oh, so, sorry, my tab just went off. Up, asleep, went to sleep. So when Zaid had completed his aim with her, we gave her to you in marriage, meaning when her marriage to Zaid was over. Now here, Ibn Kathir says, where is it? How could this move? If Muhammad were to have concealed anything that was revealed to him of the book of Allah, he would have concealed this ayah. Aisha narrated from Ibn Jarir that Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, if Muhammad were to have concealed anything that was revealed to him of the book of Allah, he would have concealed this ayah. Now tell me, I'm academically against Shias, very strict. Why didn't Shias do a proper research on this? So that we could have understood the ayat completely, properly. They didn't. Right? They said, we can't trust in this wife. Surah Tahrim ayats. They were made, Ali wouldn't. She hated Ali, this, that. We can't trust this. Aisha is marring Prophet Muhammad. She was marred too. There was a slander against her. God knows who brought that slander, but it was a group from among you, it says in Surah Nur ayat. Then her father was also marred. Surah Nur ayat 22. It's about Abu Bakr, her father. Right? But my thing is that why? My question is, why didn't the Shias look at this? Because then, if they had looked at Ibn Kathir, but you did hide in yourself that which Allah will make manifest. Yeah, I mean, they would have saved, Shias. If they had looked at this and done proper research like I've been doing, what would they have found? Him to be a hypocrite, him to be more than that, false prophet. You see, once I was reading Bibi Zainab's khutbah to Yazid. It was heart-wrenching. And I couldn't read, but I managed to read it. Then when it comes to, she tells Yazid, and the Kufans, sorry, yeah, I checked, in the Darbar, or she tells the Kufans that you'll be crying for me, and those tears will not stop. So I was like, why? Like, it's like us, Shias, crying. But of course, we're crying for Imam Hussein. We're not crying because we killed Imam Hussein, although some Muslims give us that false accusation. But we kept crying, yeah. But I was like, we're not Kufans, or, like right now, like we're not, why have we been crying so much? It's okay. It's okay to cry. I'm not saying don't cry. Cry as much as you like. But Bibi Zainab's khutbah, the question came up, I betrayed a sacred trust. Like, it's put in this book, Mr. God, This Is Anna by Finn. Right? I betrayed a sacred trust. The question just came up. It's like, oh my God, yeah, we must be. No. But we're also crying, but that's good. Because that's on Haq. The Kufans will be crying because they betrayed Imam Hussein. So this. So now another thing is that if you've looked at my live stream, Prophet Muhammad's raped Zainab bin Josh, I just came to it through my own research, right? Now, if you're sympathetic towards the Shias, again I repeat this, I am not academically. I am in other ways. We needed to establish it is genocide against them in Pakistan. And I was the kind of person who would want evidence. Like if I heard from the Shias that Saddam Hussein was killed the Sayyids, it was like, endless graves would have, Iraq would be like full of the earth of Iraq. Not only Imam Hussein's shrine and all that. So, but I didn't believe, because I wanted to, there was the time when I was like, no, I have to find out evidence. Even my Shias, I wouldn't take it's like, going around whispers, Chinese whispers game. But then I checked. But the thing came right in front of me when the Shias were being killed in Pakistan. That I could not deny. Now, some of the Muslims were like, who's doing this? Who's getting this done? We don't want this, right? So I don't know what it is really. Then the way the Shias have told us they do thorough research and all this, then they would have come to the fact that Prophet Muhammad raping Zainab bin Josh. It is a big thing. So ask who was crying blood. But you did hide in yourself. Now the Shias have a different interpretation, commentary. You can see in the commentary section, but you did hide in yourself that which Allah will make manifest. You did This part, you did fear the people, whereas Allah had a better right you should fear Him. But tell us, Shias, you did hide in yourself that which Allah will make manifest, so they can tell us. I can tell you on the top of my head, it was Hazrat Musa was scared. No, but you did hide in yourself. Hazrat Musa hid the worry. No. What? This here you are caught, Shias, which Allah will make manifest. If it was just that you did hide in yourself, you did fear the people, whereas Allah had a better right that you should fear Him, then the Shias would have been saved by saying that, oh, he hid because he was worried. And all sorts of things could have come through the Ahlul Bayt of Prophet Muhammad. So, and then they will say that Ibn Kathir is not a good authority. He came in 1300, 1000, what? Oh, he came in 1300, so 100 years ago, after Prophet Muhammad. Right? Let's look at Ibn Kathir. And who is he? But before you need to ask this question, you need to ask if Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet or not, if the Quran is true or not. What will you follow? Your reason in the beginning. This is the nursery thing. Don't jump to 10th class. Imam Ali, 10 years old. Dawat-e-Ashara. Don't jump to that. Come back to nursery. Right? See Surah Yunus, ayat 100. Those who do not use reason, what happens to them? God puts abomination on them. Highly, 1300, what's this? 701 Hijrah. So how many years now? My maths is terrible. Age 701 after 1400. So you can check how many years after Prophet Muhammad, but I tell you this Ibn Kathir, Wahhabi scholars, his Tafsir is recognized for its critical approach to Israeliyat, especially among Western Muslims and Wahhabi scholars. His methodology largely derives from his teacher Ibn Taymiyyah and differs from that of other earlier renowned exegetes such as Tabari. Right? For that reason, he is mostly considered an Athari, despite being a Shafi jurist. So we go to Ibn Taymiyyah, birth name Taqi, Sunni Muslim alim, Muhaddith, judge, Salafist theologian, and sometimes controversial thinker and political figure. He's known for his diplomatic involvement with the Khan, the ruler, Khazan Khan, and all this. Okay? So the Shias will reject Ibn Kathir. But tell me what other reason I have tried to brain burst. You know? About this ayat. No one has helped me. Here also. They jump to the fact that you will get heaven You will get huris, like you will get there is in heaven, we are told. At the end, everything works out and be guided. Come to Islam, Zahra, you will be guided and you will go to heaven. There has certainly been for you in the Messenger of Allah an excellent pattern. Just deviating, this is 21, right? Excellent pattern. The Surah Azhar verse. Please, I've been like brain, storming, right? Can you please tell me, any honest person here, without Imam Ali, without anything, what shall we do? We start from scratch about this ayat. Huh? Without Shia, please, can you tell me what how will you make sense of this? Where the Prophet? So we are told a little bit from Ibn Kathir and Ala Maududi that this is a command. It's not a suggestion. So when Prophet Muhammad now even commands, when in marriage, the marriage is breaking up or something, when you said to the one, okay, keep your wife, Prophet Muhammad is saying, keep your wife and fear Allah to Zaid. Why shouldn't Zaid keep his wife and fear Allah? Tell me. He has to obey the command. I showed you from other ayats. Surah Nisa ayat 65 and another ayat. What he gives you, take it. Surah Hashr ayat 7, I think. 6 and 7. Now tell me, Shias, tell me, please. Explain to me this. Object to the Ibn Kathir on this. Explanation. Ala Maududi on this. Keep your wife and fear Allah. That's it, right? Divorce should not take place. This is the second time. First, they obeyed the decision. Zaid, meaning Zaid didn't have his will. Allah, Prophet said, get married to Zainab. He said, okay. Zainab, we are told, had her will, saying, I don't like the proposal. I don't agree to it. But Zainab was forced to marry in that. Surah Azhar verse 36, Tafsir. Now tell me, now this is a reinforcement of the command of Allah through Prophet Muhammad, right? You would say. Because Allah commands and Prophet Muhammad commands. They can't differ. Equal. Now how do you work this out? When you see that a divorce here took place. So when Zaid had no longer any need for her, we married her to you in order that there not be upon the believers any discomfort concerning the wives of the claimed sons while they no longer have need of them. And ever is the command of Allah accomplished. So in order to accomplish, first you tell me, Shias. Now, another point, same point on this part, that in order to accomplish, Allah had to accomplish this. He maneuvered all that, first commanding both believing men and women, like Zaid and Zainab in the right? In that case, particularly. Hello, he's maneuvering divorce to accomplish his command here of this, getting this, accomplishing this. What do Zaid and Zainab have to go through? Zainab was miserable, we are told, in the Shia commentary. How Zaid, we are told in Ala Maududi's commentary, how Zaid he's been sent as a qasid, marriage proposal, message giver. of Prophet Muhammad to Zainab, his wife, after 3 months of Iddah. Right? How does he go? He said all of a sudden he started to feel so much respect. Couldn't all of a sudden Zainab had felt so much respect for Zaid as her husband? And he even turned and while giving a back to back, Abba, knowing me, knowing you. Because I've seen the Unchildhood on TV. Top of the pops, right? British TV. Knowing me, knowing you. So that. So now you don't want to listen to songs? No. No low. Or what is it called? Indecent talk or frivolous talk or superficial talk. And you bestowed favor, keep your wife and fear Allah. Can you now take Ibn Kathir and Ala Madudi? Please. How are you going to take this? How are you going to, you're experts on tafsirs, you're old, new, contemporary Shias. How are you going to work this out? Somebody tell me. Help me, help me, help me. So no one? No Shia here? Right. See? Then don't blame me for going to Ibn Kathir. Anyone tell me? Any Sunni Muslim who doesn't even know that now he finds out or she finds out. Where can the Shias come from? I mean the Ahl al-Bayt who have explained this ayat. Where will they come from? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Because here much is at stake. Justice. Every relationship counts. We are strict on justice. We will not move. जिससे मिस नहीं होंगे. मैं इधर अहले बैत की बाग दर पे दहलीज पे हूँ. हुर. You will say, right? Decide, heaven or hell. How can I decide? Tell me. Please, come as civilized, honest. Be honest. One Shia I'm calling out to, who is honest. Tell me, I don't see your side to this. Your side would be that this all had to happen in order for Allah says here that ever is the command of Allah accomplished. So disregarding all this tragedy, the command of Allah coming in Surah, and the messenger, the command of Allah coming, order of Allah, Prophet Muhammad coming here to said, all this is wiped out. It's not serious. Keep your wife and fear Allah. You are telling me the Prophet Muhammad's command is not to be taken seriously against Allah's command, right? And what Allah wants to accomplish here. right? Then what? Prophet Muhammad has commanded something else other than Allah to Zaid. This is not the command of Allah to Zaid. This is Prophet Muhammad's command to Allah, to the contrary command of Allah. That's all. Simple. One mistake you make, you could have spared us the pain, the misguidance, the worship of Allah, false, who is not the original Allah of this religion. You could have spared so many people. Apostasy, how many were killed on blasphemy against Islam, Prophet Muhammad, Imams, how many have been killed? But there were people who kept quiet. I know someone in my mother's family, he was an atheist. He's no more now. So, but he kept quiet. And I kept wondering, like, oh my goodness, his parents had a house opposite Imamburg, so close. His parents were believing the Shias. So that, now I kept wondering when I was told that their father, by the children, sons, that the father was an atheist. Huh? So now, keep your wife in fear Allah. So I have to take Ibn Kathir, right? This much at least, and Ala Maududi from because that makes sense. That this is a command to Prophet, from Prophet to Zaid, which Allah would not agree to. Huh? And that's why Zaid could not carry it out. Otherwise, Zaid, knowing Zaid, the commander in the battlefield, he was made, taking the Sunni hadith, said, oh, whatever, he was the beloved, or he was the adopted son. Okay, he was at least the adopted son, right? He was, Muhammad made him his son, according to the Arab pagan, so must have loved him. He was the beloved. Muhammad only made Zaid his son. So you can imagine, right, how, like what he was, Zaid. He would never ever go against the commandment of Allah and Muhammad, both, Prophet Muhammad, both. So, Allah and Prophet Muhammad. Like, it's a shock. So, academically, sorry, Shias. I tried brain bursting, brainstorming, brain this meshing. Last night I came again in the morning early. I couldn't sleep. My mind keeps going over this and it is agonizing. So now take a break because my energy has suddenly left me. I wish I could go on. Thank you so much for the likes, Asha Chororia. Thank you for being here. God bless you. May you see this, right? Academically. No sympathies for Shias even. Academically, I'm saying. And I wanted to continue more, but I have to stop now. Thank you so much, Asha Chororia. Thank you all. Thank you for the likes so much. And please share this sparingly. And tell me, reach any Shia expert. May he come here civilized manner and tell me that, no. Explain to me Ibn Kathir how he's wrong, how Allah Maududi is wrong, how I am also wrong. In this part, keep your wife and fear Allah. And that Zaid had to divorce his wife, so did not go with the command of Prophet Muhammad here given in this ayat, Surah Azab, ayat 37, this part. Please explain to me. I'm waiting, anxiously, painfully, mind-burstingly, what do you call it? Frenziedly, like that. There is no word frenziedly, but I just made it up like that. Thank you so much.